Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be the mid-monthly reading for the month of November 2018. For the mid-monthly, I do 2 3-card spreads. Okay, so one is focusing on the area of career and finance. For that, I use the Gilded Tarot deck by Sierra Marchetti, and I also pull an additional oracle card from the Life Purpose Oracle card deck by Doreen. The other spread is focusing on love, relationships, and I use the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck by Los Scarbeo, and I also pull an additional oracle card from the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. If I need to clarify anything, I have my Zillich Tarot deck to clarify. But, do remember, like I usually say, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested in doing that, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. I also encourage you to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising sign, right? Some months, the messages in one video might not resonate as well. Maybe they will, in the other, or by listening to all three of them together, you get a more complete overview of what's coming up for you at this midpoint in the month. All right, I will stop for now, and I will see each of the signs in 1 second for the reading. Hi, Capricorn. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading. As you can see, I have already shuffled off camera and have laid the spreads. So let's jump into the career and finance portion of your reading. You have in the past position the 5 of Cups, followed by Major Arcana number 3, the Empress. And the outbound energy for the month, Major Arcana number 1, the Magician. And the card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, you have the Knight of Cups. And the Life Purpose card that came out for you is Practice. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So, first of all, looking at your reading, you have 2 Cups cards and 2 Major Arcana. So, interesting for a career and finance reading to have Cups cards appear, right? Because we usually think of career and finance, we would expect to see, more maybe Wands, Pentacles, and then with half of the spread being Major Arcana, there's, a lot of things are very much out of your control over the next couple of weeks. So it's really, a lot of divine orchestration at play, the universe kind of pushing you along, bringing in those things that, the chance events, bringing in those divinely orchestrated, like events into your life, right? Opportunities into your life. With the 5 of Cups, I like seeing it in the past instead of coming up. It usually, it's a card that, let me show it to you again. It's a card that usually we associate with, feeling upset about something that didn't work out possibly. And, you can see that the man, he is so focused on what didn't work out, right? The 3 cups that are spilled out here, that he's not even paying attention to the 2 cups that are, right behind him. So, the message or the guidance with the 5 of Cups oftentimes has to do with needing to, keep a positive outlook, focus on, what you still do have, try not to focus on what, you've lost, what you no longer have, what didn't work out. It can oftentimes also speak of opportunities that, are close to you, are around you, but you, for whatever reason, or maybe because you've been so focused on, what you're not happy with or what hasn't worked out for you, that you might miss out on opportunities that are right there, right? So there's that message as well. It does sit in the past. So, there could have been a situation. We're looking here more at career and finances. It could have been, with your finances, maybe something that didn't work out the way that you'd hoped, or within the workplace, maybe you were hoping for a pay raise, hoping for a promotion, hoping for, to change jobs, whatever it was, it might not have worked out. And then there was some sadness, there was some grief and disappointment with what didn't work out. But, maybe you might have been missing out on opportunities that are right there, right, that are right by you. So it's, again, the need to remain positive, focus on what you still do have, as opposed to, putting all of your energy into mourning this loss here, okay? Because then we have these two powerful major arcanas coming in, sitting in the present, the Empress. She is number 3 of the major arcana, and 3s are all to do with expansive energy, right? New opportunities, growth, fertility. And she is the ultimate mother card. She's, she is this earth mother. She's also, this female, very strong feminine energy, the Empress. We have the Empress, and then we also have the Emperor, right? So she is the ultimate feminine energy. And, she can, in a career reading, she can represent, new things, or you giving birth to new ideas, you giving birth to new projects, these new things really growing and flourishing and, expanding around you. And it's very, I think it's something that you could feel very excited about, very passionate about. It could bring you great happiness, whatever, these new ideas or these new things that are, that you're giving birth to, these new projects, these new ideas. And then it's you partnering with the universe, harnessing the power, using your talents, and then partnering with the universe to bring these things into, to make them reality, to manifest them here into your life. Because the magician, he has all of the tools within his grasp. He has, he has pentacles, cups, swords, wands. He has everything that he needs to manifest, to make these things appear, to make them happen in his life. And, he uses, or he understands that he needs to use, both his talents, right, what he has at his fingertips, as well as, partnering up with the universe. He understands that, both of these things are necessary. And, he's a number 1. If we think number 1, the aces in the tarot and the minor arcanas, they're all blessings. They're all new beginnings, right? So it's about this very exciting energy here. It's manifesting. You're starting to really bring these things into whatever these these projects are, whatever you're giving birth to, these new ideas, this new, could be a new path for you even. It's like by the end of the month, you're like, okay, I have everything that I need. Maybe before you were waiting for an answer on something. Maybe before you didn't have kind of everything that you needed to be able to say, all right, now's the time. This is my idea. This is my project. Now I'm going to move on. And maybe there was something that you wanted to do in the past, right? This could even be, for example, with a new job, or even moving, living in a different place. Maybe you had thought about doing this in the past, but for whatever reason, there might have been divine orchestration and timing at play. Things didn't work out then. But instead of just, focusing on, oh, it didn't work out, now might be the perfect time for these things to work out. Now might be the perfect time for this Two of Cups to, for you to have this harmony and this balance and this happiness, related to a new job, a new project, a new way of life, right? This new beginning. So it's very positive. And then the Knight of Cups is the overall energies. Knights are the ones in the tarot, they go off on quests, and you can see that he is actually bringing back this holy grail. He's holding like the Ace of Cups in his hand, which is interesting because, you know, here you're crying over the cups that spilled out. Well, he's charging in and he's saying, okay, well, maybe in the past, you know, you might have lost these 2 cups. They might have spilled out. Things might not have worked out, you know, exactly how you wanted them to, but that's okay, right? Because now, look, I'm bringing in this brand new offering. And so having the Knight of Cups appear in as the overall energy for your career and finance reading, you know, this could be a brand new offering. This could be a brand new job offer coming in for you. And it's something that you're going to feel very happy about, very excited about. It's really going to fill your heart with happiness and joy. As a cautionary message, the Knight of Cups is, you know, he's the knight in shining armor. So I would say as a cautionary message, you know, do be careful not to get too caught up in, you know, daydreaming. Don't allow any type of romantic ideal about, you know, what this next phase or new project or whatever this new thing is. Don't get too wrapped up in, you know, how it should be. Just kind of, you know, keep your feet on the ground. You're manifesting. Things are happening. You know, it's time for these things to happen now. And, you know, all you need to do is just kind of grab the chalice and say, okay, I'm going for it now. You know, I have everything that I need. Let's take a look at your guidance card. So you have practice, and this one says, the answer to your question about how to better your career involves focusing your time and attention on a skill that is related to your heart's true interests and passions. Perhaps it's a hobby that you dream of turning into an occupation. This is possible if you will devote the time and energy to polishing your skills in this area. Visualize yourself enjoying the benefits of being successful in this endeavor. Expect the best and then do the necessary work to make this a reality. A little bit of time devoted each day to practicing will become a positive habit yielding positive results. You will soon notice your skills improving and your level of enjoyment increasing. Your body will intuitively learn how to automatically incorporate what you've practiced, and you will find new inspiration as you move from an active struggle to one of freedom and joy. Interesting. So I think that, you know, that kind of ties in here, and also, you know, it's a good message for you about possibly, you know, weighing up and focusing on something that really is related to your heart's true interests and passions, it says, which is what you have here. I mean, you have this, you know, Prince Charming, this Knight of Cups rushing in here with this offer that's going to make you very happy. So I think whatever this new thing is, it's front and center. You're feeling good about it. So yeah, very positive start to your reading. Moving on to career and relationships. So we have in the past position, Major Arcana number 20. This is Judgment. It's followed by the 8 of Cups. And the outbound energy for the month, the 6 of Swords. And the card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, the 8 of Wands. And from the Romance Angels deck, you have Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Now again, it's interesting because you have, what was I just noticing here? Oh, you have the 2 transition cards. So in the Tarot, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, they're both considered transition cards, right? So implying that you are transitioning out of one particular situation, relationship, job, you know, whatever this before thing was, and you're leaving that behind, and it, you know, could have been difficult, might have been, you know, troubled, and now you're heading into something that's calmer, something that's going to be better for you, something that's going to, you know, fill your heart with happiness. So both of them have, you know, this transition theme attached to them. But we'll get into more about the meaning of each card in a second. But beginning with the Judgment card. So it does sit in the past position here. And, the Judgment speaks of, it can be a significant, life-altering decision for many of you. This has, could have already happened. It does sit in the past. So, depends on when you hear the video. And obviously, whenever you hear it, that's when you're meant to hear the messages. But, it speaks of a significant ending, oftentimes like a judgment call, so needing to make a very significant decision here. This could be related to a relationship. And, when I say relationship, yes, it could be romantic in nature. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Could play out for, for some of you, this could play out within the family dynamics, right? For others, this could be within your friendships. For others, it could be romantic. But whatever, whatever the relationship is or the situation is, this is a card of a significant choice. And it's also a card that speaks of, kind of an awakening or reawakening. So there's a renewal, right? So bad times coming to an end. It's overcoming the past. And oftentimes with the Judgment card, there's a need to release. So, release the past, release any negative, thought patterns that you might have. Forgive those people, forgive yourself, and move on. And once you do that, then there's, you open up the space for this rebirth, this renewal, right? There's an end to suffering. Positive events come in. And it's interesting because, again, I was looking up at the Five of Cups card. If we look at the Judgment card, even though, around her, everything looks very bleak. There's just snow covering the ground, right? Everything is kind of behind her. It's like it's dark. She's actually barefoot out in the snow. But even though there's snow on the ground, we see the little flowers. The flowers are coming through. So it's like there is still hope there. There is still, something positive. And it's able to push its way up through this harsh, cold snow. And she is actually looking into the light. So she's focused on the positive here, right? Much like I was saying with the Five of Cups, there's a need to focus on the positive. So there could have been, this sort of positive, like affirmations going on. Maybe you have been working on this releasing the past, right? This new beginning. It's like you've been trying to do it. No, it's not easy, and it might happen kind of one little flower at a time. But, there is movement, and that's just echoed by the two movement cards. I mean, we have in the center of the reading, Ace of Cups, Ace of Chalices. And it's interesting because both of these cards, besides being, the two transition cards, they both have different depictions in this deck than what we would, traditionally associate with them in the Rider-Waite deck, like in the traditional tarot. Usually the Eight of Cups, it shows somebody who is either a man or a woman, turning their back, walking away. Like usually the 8 cups have all spilled out. And so it indicates, that this person, for whatever reason, has decided to, leave that in the past and move on, right? Leave behind the relationship that was no longer serving them anymore, that didn't bring them happiness or joy. And then they're heading towards the unknown, but they're doing so, knowing or trusting, I should say, in whatever is coming up for them is going to be better than what they're leaving behind, right? Because they're not happy here anymore. So for some of you, you could be actually leaving, you could be moving away, you could be leaving a relationship, walking away from a person, walking away from a relationship. There could be this new beginning in a completely different place. And since we do have travel, and, there could be travel across land, moving away from somebody you were in a relationship with, moving across the water, moving even to a different state or a different country, being close to the water or by water, because we have the Six of Swords. Again, I'll show you the way that he appears in this deck. Usually the Six of Swords, it shows a woman and her child being rowed away in a rowboat by a man, right? They all have their back towards us, or the woman, you know, she has her back towards us, and she's heading away from choppy waters, heading into calmer waters. But it's interesting the way that here it's shown as it's the man pushing his own boat, you know, being in control of leaving and moving, if not mentally away, but, you know, even physically away from this situation. And again, with the Eight of Cups, usually it's the person walking away. Here we have the woman, right, looking very sad, and somebody is walking away from her. So, you know, this can play out a couple of different ways here. For some of you, this could be, again, you walking away from a relationship, from a friendship, right? You physically moving away, or you could just be mentally, right? This is Swords energy. The suit of the mind, it deals with our intellect, our intelligence, is where we come up with our ideas. So you could be, you know, mentally just moving on, saying, you know what, I've had enough. I'm ready for this new beginning. You know, whatever happened in the past, I'm leaving it there. I'm heading into something that, you know, I trust. I believe that it will be better for me. Could be at a distance across water. And, you know, yes, there might be some sadness, regret. You know, deep down, you know that this is the best thing for you. You know that, you know, you need to move on. There needs to be this kind of clean break, and then, you know, this brand new beginning following the Judgment card, right? There needs to be this new beginning for you, possibly in a completely different location. And it's interesting because in this particular deck, the Six of Swords, it's called the Sea Voyage, and it talks about, you know, a fearful departure heading towards distant shores, going towards an unknown like destination. But it's necessary, right? It can also be a transfer. So there might be, you know, some of you, if it's not you being transferred, this could be your partner being transferred. One of the other signs had this card, and I was picking up like military, like your, you know, your significant other being transferred, you know, being stationed, leaving you. But here, you know, this could be you moving to a distant place. And then we also have travel with, you know, with the Eight of Wands card is the overall energy, because, you know, this, it can have to do with like communication coming in, and communication that comes in quite quickly, right? It's interesting, this deck, let me hold it up closer. You see the man looks kind of shocked, like surprised. He's a little caught off guard by whatever this, you know, news is. And it's called the Message from the Heavens in this deck. And we can see here that we have the, you know, this bird is bringing in a message. It's tied to his leg. And so there's this news coming in, you know, from afar, again coming in across, in this case, across the sky. So there could be, you know, something coming in from a distance, right? This can also be news coming in. This can be, it can also be kind of quick communication. So if you, you know, usually with text messages, emails, you know, the going back and forth, texting somebody, there could be some news coming in quite quickly that catches you off guard. And then, you know, there's a need to move following receiving this news. This can also be rapid progress, like things all of a sudden, you know, sudden events, all of a sudden there's movement, all of a sudden it's like things take off. And no, it's not the same messages as in this reading, but we also have, you know, similar in the sense that, you know, it's like things didn't work out, but then boom, it's like all of a sudden it's happening. That's kind of the same thing here. It's like there was this significant ending, right, with this brand new, this new start, this fresh start. Maybe there's, you know, there's a chance for you to have a fresh start in a completely new place, to move away from, you know, leave it all in the past, leave behind this past life of yours, and then, you know, start afresh, start anew in a brand new place. There could be, you know, time could be of the essence here, right? There could be, it could be time sensitive. There could be an opportunity for you related to this moving, that you have to do it quite quickly. Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm not getting, I know this is your love and relationship reading, but it's kind of interesting that, both of the readings, I just feel that it's more to do with what's going on in general in your life. Yes, it could be related to your job, but, movement, moving away, new cycles, and possibly by moving away, right, by beginning this new cycle in a different place, then this will allow for a brand new beginning. And, with this brand new beginning, there could be, a new relationship that comes in. But it's, it's not now. It's not where you are. And obviously this is not going to resonate with everybody. That seems to be, quite specific, the messages coming through. But this could be at a distance. And, once you move on and you move to this different place, there could be, a new relationship that could come in then. Because, then you will be in a completely different place and, mentally and physically than where you are right now. So pay attention to news coming in quite quickly. This move, even though it shows up here, I mean, this is in the outbound position. This could most definitely, flow over into the month of December, or even into, the beginning of the next year here. But there's something that's starting up, news that could be coming in quite quickly this month that could really lead to a lot of change. Let me find the guidebook. Here we go. So we have passion, and this one says, your prayers for great love have been heard and answered, and it all begins with you. You have the power to revive passion in your life. In fact, no one can bring it to you but you. This card guides you to seek that which brings you great joy, such as a hobby, a cause, or a special activity. Anything that stirs your heart with joy will help passion bubble forth and positively flow into your romantic life. The romance angels say that having a passion for life itself is a requisite foundation for feeling passion in your life, in your love life. This means enjoying the moment completely, and when you do so with a partner, you inspire him or her to romantically participate with you. If you're presently single, you can definitely enjoy passion in your activities and hobbies. And who knows, such pursuits may provide an opportunity to meet a wonderful partner who shares these passions. Yeah, so, I mean, that's what I'm getting. Like, this new beginning, if you're not in a relationship, this could be coming in for you. Not right now, but, you are kind of laying the groundwork. You're doing what you need to do to get yourself to, where you need to be for this new relationship to happen, for this new beginning to happen. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.